Is it just me? Or do you guys have this feeling of impending doom? Like something bad is about to happen. And I can't really put my finger on it. The last few days have been just, actually since probably the first of the year, since New Year's Day, it's just been a struggle. An absolute struggle to just do anything. I feel like there's just something in the air. Like everything is just so heavy right now. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's what I'm going through. Maybe it's the astrology. Maybe something's going to happen. But I just have this feeling of just impending doom. Like things are about to get rough. Does anybody else have that feeling? Or is it just me? Is it just me that feels like something wild is about to happen, or just, I don't know. But I just have this anxious, depressed feeling ever since the year began that something bad is going to happen. And it has been an absolute struggle since the new year to shake that feeling. You guys feeling that too?
Shalom. I hope you all are doing well. I am blessed and I'm back again with a quick video. Today we're going to be reading from the book of Obadiah. It is the shortest book in the so-called Old Testament, consisting of only 21 verses. It is a prophecy primarily about the judgment of Edom, the day of Yahuwah, and the restoration of Israel, who are in fact the Negroes. In this prophecy of Obadiah, Esau is judged for his pride, violence, and mistreatment of Israel. And in the day of Yahuwah, he's going to judge Esau and all nations. But despite the destruction that the Most High is going to send upon these nations, Israel will be restored, and Yahuwah's kingdom will ultimately triumph.
I've had this impending sense of doom and dread and pain and suffering for the past 4 hours. So hear me out. Something very big is about to happen. There's going to be mass casualties. There's going to be lots of death, lots of suffering.
Yes, family, many people today have a sense of impending doom. They feel a shift going on in the world, but they don't understand that this all connects to biblical prophecy. You see, people can feel this shift happening in their spirit. They just can't connect the dots. The Most High says in Obadiah, "As you have done, it shall be done to you." He said, "Your reward shall return upon your own head." We're going to read about this in the book of Obadiah, family. And this prophecy is exactly why people are feeling a sense of doom. You see, what it is the world is feeling the birth pains described in Matthew 24 before the return of the HaMashiach. The HaMashiach told us what we would see in the days prior to his return. You see, for the chosen people, there's no need to be afraid, because you should know that this just tells us that the Most High is in complete control and that we will soon be restored. And for those of you who always say, "I didn't take part in slavery, I never owned any slaves and whatnot," I have you to know that we were all judged for the transgressions of our ancestors. So the Most High judge nations. Let me get that verse for you. It's Exodus 20:5, and it reads, "You shall not bow down yourself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah Elohika, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and guard my commandments." So using precept upon precept, which is the formula for the Hebrew Israelites, line up on line, this is how we understand scriptures. We're going to go ahead and take a look at one more verse, Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21. And this is just to show you that the Most High judge nations. It says, "Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers," the iniquity or sin of their fathers, "that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So yes, the Israelites are being judged for the sins of their ancestors, and so shall the other nations be judged for the sins of their ancestors. So with this being prophecy, this means that it's not something that anybody can escape. There will be no rapture for you heathens. You all will have to go through the tribulation period. So your feeling of impending doom is because of the powerful prophecy that you are going to face judgment for the atrocities that you have caused the Israelites. You know what I find really sad is that everyone owns a copy of the so-called Black people's history book, the Bible, but no one really understands what it's about. Now that's definitely crazy work to have a book that you're reading, but you do not understand or comprehend what you're reading. Why do everyone own a copy of a book that they don't understand? I'm going to help you understand the book of Obadiah today. Let's go ahead and start with the verses 1 through 9, where the Most High is sending a prophecy against Edom, the descendants of Esau. Edom is condemned for its pride and false sense of security, thinking that their high mountains and dwellings make them untouchable. But Yahuwah warns them that he will bring them down and destroy their wisdom and strength. Okay, it reads, the vision of Obadiah. Thus says Adonai Yahuwah concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahuwah, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made you small among the heathen. You are greatly despised. The pride of your heart has deceived you, you that dwell in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that says in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country. Sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country. Sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before.
Verse 4. Though you exalt yourself as the eagle, and though you set your nest among the stars, thence will I bring you down, says Yahuwah. If thieves came to you, if robbers by night, how are you cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to you, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of your confederacy have brought you even to the border. The men that were at peace with you have deceived you and prevailed against you. They that eat your bread have laid a wound under you. There is no understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, says Yahuwah, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And your mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For your violence against your brother Yaakov, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever. In verse 4, the Most High said, though you exalt yourself like the eagle, and though you set your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down, declares Yahuwah. And that's Obadiah 1 and 4. So this means that there's no nation or person that's above or beyond YAH'S judgment when they act against his will. So then the question that a lot of people have sometimes is, how can we differentiate between genuine prophecy fulfillment and coincidences? Well, family, I believe Amos chapter 3 and 7 wholeheartedly when it says, surely Yahuwah will do nothing but reveal his secret unto his servants the prophets. This scripture is key in understanding Bible prophecy. It emphasizes that Yah does not bring major events like judgment, weather disasters, warnings, or blessings without first revealing them to his prophets. This means that everything happening in the world has already been spoken of in scripture, and those who study prophecy can discern the times. And we know that Yah used the prophets like Isaiah, Daniel, and John to foretell the events that are unfolding today. And if Yah reveals his plans through prophecy, then we should study his word and recognize what's happening. Many world events align with biblical prophecies, showing that we are in the latter days. In Isaiah chapter 46, verses 9 and 10, the Most High said, remember the former things of old. I am El, and there is none else. I am Elohim, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So in verse 10, we see the power of the Most High and his ability to declare the end from the beginning. And it tells us that his purpose will stand and that he will accomplish all that he pleases. So this is a reminder that Yahuwah has complete knowledge and control over all events from the start to the finish. So let us go back into the book of Obadiah, and we're going to start at verse 10. I just wanted you guys to see that all the Most High's prophecies are going to surely come to pass. This is concerning Esau and the heathen nations. Let's go ahead and read Obadiah starting at verse 10. It says, for your violence against your brother Yaakov, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever. In the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even you were as one of them. But you should not have looked on the day of your brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither should you have rejoiced over the children of Yehudah in the day of their destruction, neither should you have spoken proudly in the day of distress. You should not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah, you should not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Anyone who reads the book of Obadiah should be able to make the connection to America and how they played a central role in the transatlantic slave trade, oppressing the descendants of Yaakov. The Jim Crow laws, mass incarceration, and systemic oppression also align with Edom's violence against Jacob. This has caused a great and terrible judgment to come upon Esau, his descendants, and all the nations who have evil entreated the children of Israel. So it has been written, as it has been done to Yaakov, so shall it be done to the heathens.
Does anyone else have like a horrible just feeling lately? Like impending doom, discernment, horrible, heavy feeling in your chest, like you can't breathe, anxiety? Is there a planet like flipping out, or, you know, is something off? Like, I don't understand. Like, it just feels like something really bad is about to happen, and I have no context for that because my life was like it's going okay right now, and I just don't understand on any level why I feel like this. I can't put my finger on it. I just don't know. I'm just wondering if I'm alone in this feeling right now. Just a horrible feeling.
Obadiah, verse 15. For the day of Yahuwah is near upon all the heathen. As you have done, it shall be done unto you. Your reward shall return upon your own head. For as they have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down. and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahuwah has spoken it.
Real quick, is anyone else scared for tomorrow? Like, the impending doom.
Am I the only one that feels like everything is wrong? Every day I wake up and the day just feels blah. There's like no excitement, there's no motivation. The entire world just feels like everything is wrong. Nothing feels fun anymore. Nothing feels exciting anymore. There's this impending doom feeling. I hate it. And I need to make sure I'm not the only one, because if I am, it's something up here, because nothing feels right in life overall. Let me know if I'm the only one.
Yep, so this is the time we're living in, family. We are at the end of time. And judgment is for the nations and the people who have oppressed YAH'S chosen ones. If you're feeling a sense of impending doom in this current time, maybe it's time for you to examine who you are and who your ancestors are. Did you have any part in oppressing and destroying the Most High's chosen people? Are you going to suffer the curses and destruction by default, meaning you are a descendant of Edom or the other heathen nations? You see, the Most High is a just Elohim, and he said what the other nations have done to his people, he's going to also do to them. Here's a list of all the captivities that the so-called black people, the Negroes, have been in and out of, all the way into this current one that we're in now. The Bible that everyone carry is the Negro's history book. Many of us just don't know it. The entire Bible is about the Hebrew Israelites. And a lot of it tells the stories of the Israelites going in and out of captivities. Babylonian, Assyrian, Greek, Roman, Arabian, African. We're currently in the last captivity in the Americas and the Caribbean islands. And a lot of people don't realize that Judah was the last tribe to go into captivity and was scattered to the four corners of the earth. So these heathens, the so-called powers that be, know exactly who they have in captivity. They know exactly who we are. And Psalms 83 says that Yahuwah's enemies have taken crafty counsel against his people and consulted against his hidden ones. And they said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." Psalms 83 says that they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the Most High and his people. And then it goes on to list all the nations. I don't know if you all know this or if you guys have made the connection that Psalms 83 and Obadiah are deeply connected in the subject matter of the judgment against the enemies of Israel. And Psalms 83 and 6 list Edom among the nations conspiring to destroy Israel. And then Obadiah 1:10 through 14 condemns Edom for standing against Israel, especially during the times of distress. And you know, Esau and Jacob, they have a history of being rivals. And Edom is the descendants of Esau. And they're singled out in the scriptures for betrayal as they assisted Israel's enemies rather than helping their brother, Jacob. And then Obadiah 83 verses 13 through 15. In these verses, the Israelites are asking Yahuwah to scatter and destroy their enemies. And then in Obadiah verse 18, it actually confirms the fate of Esau. It says, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them, and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahuwah has spoken it. Now, family, I'm going to go ahead and show you another video clip because the other nations have no idea what's going on in Bible prophecy. They think that we're going backwards in time, when in actuality, we're going forward and heading toward the book of Obadiah, where they're going to be judged.
So does anybody else have a sense of impending doom? We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 plane crashes in a week. The volcanoes are erupting everywhere. Tsunamis, drones, orbs, UAPs. People are being assaulted in places they should not be assaulted. Not to mention impending doomsday, January the 20th, where our whole country rolls back 50 years and nobody has any rights anymore unless you're same color as me, and then probably not me because obviously the internet's forever. But it's just what else is going on around here? We've got Twitter, Smivel War, the rich are taking over. Every natural disaster and unnatural disaster you can think of is all happening in a week before the Anti-Schmeist takes over our country. This is just a bizarrely surrealistic, dystopian world we live in.
Like I mentioned previously, everyone is feeling this shift that's happening, but many people have no idea what the shift really is. Let's go ahead and finish reading the book of Obadiah. Starting at verse 19, it reads, "And they of Negev shall possess the mount of Esau." This is talking about the Israelites. "And they of the plain, the Pelishtim, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Shamaron, and Benjamin shall possess Gilad. And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of Kenyaim, even unto Zarephath. And the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the Negev. And saviors shall come upon Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahuwah's."
Does anybody ever wake up like I did today with an overwhelming feeling of impending doom? It's not specific. I don't feel that way about anything I have in my life coming up. It's not a specific dread about anything. It's just a very generalized feeling of ick.
So many people are feeling this sense of doom, especially Esau. They can't really explain it. They can't put their finger on why they feel this way. They just feel like something really bad, really big is going to happen. And that's pretty much the best way all these people can explain it, because it's just a feeling of doom. And because really no one is looking at Bible prophecy and, the real Bible prophecy that there's going to be a shift in the kingdoms. The wicked kingdom of Esau is ending, and the righteous rulership is going to be ushered in. But first, this wicked kingdom must come to an end. And they don't understand that. Because again, no one understands what they're reading in the Bible. They can't understand that it's the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called black people's history book. If people could just kind of figure that part out, they would understand what they're reading, and biblical prophecies would make a lot more sense. But anyway, to conclude this message, the last 3 verses that we read in the book of Obadiah tells us that the Hebrew Israelites are going to be restored and take back the lands that they were once promised. And verse 21 talks about a day that will come where there will be saviors, and most likely this is righteous leaders and judges who will govern Israel. So to sum up the book of Obadiah, Israel will reclaim its land. The exiled Israelites will return from distant lands. Esau will be judged, and Israel will rule. And Elohim's kingdom will fully be established. This concludes my video for today, family. May Yahuwah bless you and keep you all safe in this dark hour. And remember Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13. He that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. And until my next video, shalom.